Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High Yah in the name of His beloved Son, Yehoshua or Yahushua, the Messiah, Hamashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say shalom, wa baruki. That is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day when the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation under the Most High power, under one covenant. Back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, with our enemies, our adversaries, and all those who hate us under our feet. All praises to the Almighty Yah. Hallelujah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I, Hazaki Yahu, present to you one of the greatest teachers in Israel, as humbly as can be expected from an Israelite who we understand we are but dirt, dust, and we are, uh, it is our power that gives us the ability to do these things. And our power is Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, the Messiah. All right. So our power is Yahweh. And he has given us the ability to achieve greatness and to do magnificent things, including put together magnificently phenomenal lessons, educational, informative lessons that bring clarity to an otherwise unclear situation, circumstance, existence. All right, all praises to the Most High, and let's get to it and get through it. I bring to you our good brothers, magnificent brothers, sons of thunder, Israelites, and this is Adawan, Yahweh all, who will share with us our proper sentiment on uh, the guy who died. All right, here we go.
Shalom to the nation. Kwame Ashala. Let me know if my microphone is working well. Tonight is very important. Let me know if my microphone is working well. Let me know if my microphone is working well. Y'all can hear me? As I wear clothing designed by my people, glasses designed by my people, in a setup in a studio built by my people, on a class made for my people, with a message specifically for my people, tonight is very important. The elephant in the room. Charlie Merck. What's his name? Sarlie Smirk. What is the guy's name? Charlie somebody. Charlie. I'm pretty sure his name is Charlie. Whoever he is, he's irrelevant. What is his relevance? Marley Burp, whoever, he's irrelevant. My wife showed concern as I discussed what I was going to do for class. She said, be careful talking about him. Even immigrants are being threatened, having their visas revoked by the government if they even evaluate or discuss his politics. And she had fear because she cares for me. She had fear. When you do a class, be careful how you talk about him. And I thought to myself, I love you for caring about me, but I serve the true and living God. Far be it from me when I serve the only real God. What can man do to me? And then I got furious with anger. I thought about my people and how many Black people wept for this guy. What's his name? I got to Google his name because he's irrelevant to me. But he seemed to be a pretty popular public figure. He messed around and got shot by one of his own people, white on white crime, disgusting behavior, animalistic behavior those people show. They're so violent historically. Always assassinating their own public figures if they're not killing one of our leaders who statistically show nonviolent behavior. Disgusting. I just got furious with anger that some guy who means nothing to me or my family he intrudes on my free speech. It just bothered me. It just made my skin crawl. As I thought about what to do for my class and all of the people who study with me, 144 watching, powerful number. All of my people who study with me week in and week out. And the lessons that I bring to you. You know, I'm always in a jovial mood. Who am I kidding? You know, I'm always furious with anger when I see the state of my community. You know, this blowhard big mouth. I watched a football game last night. There's a moment of silence for this guy. What is this? Not a war hero we're talking about. This is a podcaster. This is a talking head. Excuse me? A moment of silence for what? I'm watching a football game. How does he get a moment of silence? Making him into some type of hero. This person's relevance, you know, watching him, you know, okay, the jig is up. Of course, I know who this person is. Knowledge is power. I'm aware of many things. My sarcasm is to make a point. In reality, he has zero relevance to me and my people. However, I see him as a public figure who intrudes into my culture. I'm going to tell you the mechanism that was Charlie Kirk. No longer exists. But I'm going to tell you the mechanism that he was and his purpose. And I'm going to tell you how to maneuver and navigate concerning his politics and what it means to you as a Black, Native, or Hispanic. Because I am someone who actually cares about your well-being. Make no mistake, Charlie Kirk, people like him and his replacements, Nick Fuentes, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, who's a so-called Black woman, they're not so concerned with your well-being. They're concerned with politics. And politics has always been about money. I'm concerned with your well-being. Your well-being starts with your mental state. America's politics has changed over the years as information has become more and more and more readily available. It's getting harder and harder to lie to you. It's getting harder and harder to obfuscate information. Think about it. You live in a time where they got AI bots that can tell you information like that. Information that you wouldn't really readily have access to. You can research things now that you would have to take classes for months to learn how to research. Probability and statistics, you'd have to pass that course to learn some of this data. Some of you will have to get a master's course to learn some of the things that AI could teach you within a few minutes. Information is power. A nation that's armed with information is very difficult to deceive. And if I can't deceive you, I can't push you in the direction I want you to go. You understand? See, I'm not here to mock the dude, how he died, and get my lick back for how they mocked George Floyd for months. T-shirts, jokes on Instagram, jokes on Twitter, endless jokes about a black man who he didn't bother none of these people that are making the jokes. George Floyd didn't do nothing to none of these people. They never met him before. They don't know nothing about him. They developed this hatred for him because the media put this information out. He robbed a woman who was pregnant at gunpoint. You didn't know nothing about that. You don't even know if that's true or not. That's just a report that was made about him. Black people lead the nation in false reports and exonerations. Did you know that? The DA would say anything about a black man. He robbed this place at gunpoint. And then later, he didn't do that. But he did go to jail for it. But later it was found out that his prints were never found. Tory Lane's sitting in jail right now. It's no proof that his DNA was on the weapon. They won't even give him the appeal. And he's a famous black person. Brother, sitting. Sean Combs got more money than you could dream of. Sitting. And he's freaking off just like all these white boys do. Doing the same stuff that they doing, minus the child trafficking that they do and get away with. All the politicians at the government level. You know, the people that killed Epstein. Hypocrites, all of them. Disgusting creatures. They're creatures. They're monsters, right? But remember, black people are the problem with America. And that's the narrative that needs to be pushed. So to push that narrative, you have to push it to people who are willing to accept it. You can't push it to grown adults. The people that survived the civil rights movement, we're not buying that. We're not buying that. We were there with your racist police chiefs and your racist fire captains, letting us burn alive in houses, not willing to save us. We saw that side of America. You're not going to convince us we the bad guys. We know y'all evil. We were there when people getting burned alive and hung. You standing around, taking pictures, cutting off our fingers and using them as souvenirs. There was people alive for that. You can't convince those people that black people are the problem. We didn't ask to be here. We just survived and tried to live. You can't convince the people in Fort Myers that they're the problem. You built a highway through our city. You didn't want to be with us. You didn't want to integrate with us. You hated Negroes. Okay, fine. We live amongst ourselves. We stopped tap dancing for you. We give up the American dream. You don't want to be friends with us. All right, boss. We live amongst ourselves. Oh, you built a highway. Okay, well, we go up to Charlotte. Oh, you built a highway. Okay, well, we go up to Baltimore. Oh, you built a highway. Okay, we're going to Newark. Oh, you burn it down. Okay, we go to Tulsa. Oh, you burn it down. Pattern here. We can't seem to get away from you monsters. You can't convince those people that black people are the problem and they don't want to work. We go to Lake Lanier. Oh, you dam up the water and drown us all. Kill us. Then you got a whole new generation of black people. You got to fund your war. So you pump crack into the neighborhoods. Oh, we got to make y'all the problem. Well, wait a minute. You guys had COINTELPRO. You guys killed Fred Hampton. Wait a minute. We had civil rights leaders. You slaughtered them. You can't convince that generation that they was the problem. They all retiring now or in retirement now. Taught all of their children to stay the hell away from y'all. We're those kids. Those of us that were able to avoid the crack epidemic and didn't become dealers ourselves, enticed by money, sitting doing 30, 40 years, RICO cases, etc. There's a whole new generation, 18 to 25. And that generation is going to decide the future. But they got access to information. And what they're finding out is white people are evil. Monsters. The history is so dark, it's embarrassing. And nobody wants to take credit for it. Propaganda. Make America great again. My generation said, what you mean by that? Remember we fought it? When was America great? And then Candace Owens and them appeared. People that look like us, but they weren't on our side. Remember the first time you heard of Candace Owens? She was arguing with T.I. You were like, who this black lady? She's supposed to be on our team. What is she doing? T.I. up there screaming. When was America great? What are you talking about? But Malcolm X told you, your entertainers are not supposed to be your civil rights leaders. They too tied in. The money that they're getting paid by them Jew boys, they can't do the job correctly. T.I. had to get quiet. Now he's a comedian and he ain't saying nothing no more. It's all intertwined. Puffy tried to open his mouth too fat. He's sitting. It's all intertwined. Where does Candace Owens ladies come from? She's married to a white man, but she's a very good polemic. And she's friends with Charlie. That's her buddy. They dancing. Jay-Z don't say nothing. Kanye's your favorite, but he's from our generation. But Kanye got the mental problems, and we took Kanye, put a red hat on him, bugged him out, gave him a witch for a wife. All of this happened around the time they killed Trayvon and convinced you that Trayvon deserved to die because black teenagers are scary. They're strong and got muscles. And your black president, who's really all about the LGBT movement, but you didn't understand that because you were so happy to have a black president, but now you're finding out all he was about was the gays. And they was killing all them black people on camera, traumatizing you. Snuff film after snuff film. CNN just posting it, creating a narrative little by little that black people the problem. But their lives don't matter. We could kind of kill a nigga. Meanwhile, white people going crazy, still being animals, shooting up schools, showing you their youth are still sociopaths, psychopaths. And my generation watching it like, yo, anybody going to do anything about this? Damn, I need money. Damn, I don't have time to concentrate on this. I need money. And your celebrities is too rich to like you. They don't want to be friends with you. They're not people. They're not about the people. You know, they're not Muhammad Ali. They don't want to come around and shake hands, you know. I seen Killer Mike at the car wash out here in Atlanta. And I didn't want an autograph and I didn't want any of his time. I just wanted to you know, commend him on his music and the work that he does, but he was disgusted by the thought of having to talk to me, and it was all on his face, like, oh my God, this nigga about to bother me. So he pretended to have a 2-hour phone call while they detailed his car, and it was annoying because he wasn't really on the phone, and I was just like, bro, I don't want to talk to you. I'm getting my car detailed too. You stop acting like I want to talk to you. It's over. I am not gonna bother you. Like, he was going out of his way to avoid me, the other black guy in the like, these are your celebrities. So it's like, I get it, you know, but that's all you got left. Meanwhile, I'm an activist myself. He has no idea who he had the chance to meet because I'm somebody. These are the things that's going on. All the while, the white man is making his move in changing the narrative for his next generation. But our next generation is like, who do we look to? Y'all just want to get money from us. Y'all don't even want to meet us. So now our next generation is looking to the white man saying, well, I guess I want to be with y'all. I don't like black people either. And now you got them teaching our youth the problems in the black community. I see all of the landscape. Do y'all see the entire landscape? Do you read these comments on social media? A lot of them are black people buying into the statistics and stats. Do y'all understand what Clubhouse is when you see the conversation of the black Christian and he discusses black issues as if he's a white man with no sensitivity for the historical narrative and the reality of the situation, nor does he speak from a lived experience? He also uses stereotypes. Don't bully Killer Mike. That was just my experience. Maybe he was having a bad day. It's just the reality. Nobody's trying to build. Everybody's looking for a check. But then you got Charlie. He's a hero to his white constituency. The white kids is around him. Like all them Hamites was around Muhammad Ali when he was about to fight George Foreman. They have heroes. What do we have? We have rappers. We got R&B singers. We got basketball players. Isn't it cool to mock and make fun of Umar Johnson? Don't all of our talk show hosts and celebrities make fun of Umar too? He is the only black leader we got. Name another. All of your black people in politics are an embarrassment, or they're gay, or they're a woman who's cosplaying a ghetto black woman because she believes that's going to increase votes. So now it's an act. That's not trustworthy. Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings said that Charlie's children will never want for anything. He's going to pay for everything, and he black. That's one of our guys. I know a multitude of black people that have been unalived by vagrant whites this year, and the news ain't cover it. Same way that Ukrainian girl got done. I know a black girl that got done like that in Ohio. The news don't care. No narrative, no story. I know 3 black people got unalived by a white boy. Gun violence. Random attack on a bus. 3 black people unalived. NFL ain't had no moment of silence for them. Where all them black girls at that's missing? from the DMV. Justin Jefferson can't tell you Charlie's politics. He jumped up and said, I'm going to take care of his daughters. What? Which NFL player said, Umar, you've been trying to build this school forever. I'm going to cover all the bills. School going to be built this year. It's done. I'm going to handle it. You have no leadership. And you running to the other nations for guidance. So when Charlie do his world tour, he's providing guidance to the next generation of white children and the black children that have the courage. They're not informed, but they have the courage to stand up and challenge his thought processes. They get embarrassed. He uses them as a prop and clips them and puts it on his Instagram. I searched his whole Instagram on the day he got unalive. I searched his whole Instagram. I said, damn. And the only clip he had of black people agreeing with him, he got this black woman up there parading around her daughter, talking to her about how there's no black fathers in the household. Like that's his lived experience. And then you look in the comments, he got programs for black fathers. Like, excuse me. We don't need Charlie Kirk to have programs for black fathers. Who that? Who you? We'll handle that. You work on stopping school shootings, and also you work on controlling the temperament of white people in corporate America and microaggressions. It is abysmal working with you people. It's awful. Insufferable. You guys are so unhappy in your home life. You come to work and you take advantage of the situation and you take it out on us. We hate being around you. Those of us that are well-adjusted and can be around you. A lot of black people can't work in corporate America. You just can't get past the screening process. Those of us that can, it's just daily suffering. Just listening to you talk sucks. You work on that, Charlie. Make campus safer. We would have liked you to figure out the psychosis, because did you know that when you were going to get unalived, white people was going to take it out on HBCUs? That ain't make no sense. White people killed Charlie. Kill black people. What? How? Why? We didn't do nothing to you. All these coons, we love you. We love the white man. Why you want to kill us? So much to talk about, so little time. Let's understand the purpose and the mechanism of this man. See, I'm not going to do what these other guys do. They get on. I'm so disappointed in so many black people. God logic. Oh my goodness. Deacon handled that. That was disgusting. We're going to talk about a lot. But look, Charlie Kirk's job is to empower the next generation of young whites so that they do not feel guilty about America's history. And they're armed with the rhetoric and the talking points to shout down the evidence against that indicts them for what they've done to be who they are today. Talking about Israel is too good of a point. And people have started to make that point. The reparation argument became too good in recent times. Hey, black people deserve reparations. Information has become too readily available, and now we have public speakers that are not afraid to point it out. What black people have been through and how they've been denied wealth systemically, and all the information that's coming out about how the government has worked on purpose to stunt the growth of Black wealth in America and has preyed upon them systemically, Black people deserve reparations. Money is power. White people do not want to compete with you in nothing. They don't want to fight you fair. They want an advantage. They love enjoying an advantage, but they don't like you knowing they have the advantage. It hurts their pride. That's why they hate the term white privilege. Guess who has the talking points to shout down the idea of white privilege? Charlie. He teaches millions of kids across America how to debate white privilege. White people stupid. So guess who they look to help them with that? Charlie, my hero. Somebody came to me and said, I have white privilege. What do I say, Charlie? He tell you exactly what to say. Thank you, Charlie. Here's a donation. You're my hero. How do I donate to your organization? Please come speak at my college. These Black kids here are kicking our ass in formal debate. They're making us feel guilty about pretty much America as a whole. Put them in their place. And he comes and he does it. You know why? Because he's debating an 18-year-old. And he says it. Go on his Instagram. He goes, I've got 10,000 hours doing this. And it's kind of unfair that I'm talking to a 16-year-old. But that's just what it is. It's on his Instagram. And what bothers me is there's no Black professor on campus. He doesn't. All those Greeks, Black Greeks. I was in a fraternity. There's no Black Greeks, no dean, no ADP, no professor of African-American studies, no counselor, no guidance counselor, no football coaches, no baseball coaches, no basketball head of athletics who's friends with the student body. Don't talk to Charlie Kirk. You're not prepared for that conversation. Your heart is in the right place, but you're not the person to have that conversation. Charlie Kirk needs to debate an African-American studies scholar that knows the statistics and is polemic when it comes to debating that particular topic. He does not need to be talking to you. You're actually going to misrepresent the facts, and you're going to make us look like we don't know what we're talking about as a nation. Because when you lose, it appears that we all lose. How come nobody can say that to these young people? All them white kids standing around with a MAGA hat on, cheering like it's a wrestling match. And they arguing the most petty things. Charlie, you think that America, there's no racism in America? No, America's not racist. Like, for what? I'm a grown man, bro. I've been living in America. I've seen America. I've lived as a Black man. I have a lived experience. Yes, America's racist. I've lived it. I've seen how a white person is treated in the same situation that I've been in, and I've been treated another way. I've been more qualified. I've been treated another way. There has been prejudice against me based on the fact that I'm Black. And then when they find out that I'm Black, they are ashamed and they have no explanation for me. I've been in that situation 100 times. America. But you're talking to little kids. These are kids, 16, 17. They haven't even experienced the full gambit of America's racism. They haven't even gotten to the violent part. I think about Amanda Seals talking to those people in that 20v1. Guess what those Negroes was using? Charlie Kirk talking points. Oh, now 70% of Black fathers is not in the home. That's not true. 13% of the population commit 50% of the crime. That's not true. Who learned you that, boy? Who taught you that? Oh, you listening to Charlie Kirk. You listening to Nick Fuentes, Ben Shapiro. People like that pass off those statistics as truth. And they're not ever talking to someone who's capable to refute those claims. They're always talking to a layman person off the street or a high school or college kid or an emotional LGBT kid who's arguing on behalf of black people. I ain't asked you to stand up. When did I ask a rainbow hair white kid that don't use pronouns to argue for my rights? I ain't asked you to say nothing for me. Zemzer, mind your effing business. Okay? You don't represent me, number one. Don't speak for me. And don't, because they go up there and get embarrassed, and then it's like, oh, see, he knows everything, and liberal. I don't fall into none of them categories, but that's the way it goes. That's very important to white people. They feel like a victory is, now you're finding out how, but all those people that support Charlie Kirk, think about this. He against DEI, and he go on TV and he say something so plain as, think about this. He say something so plain as, when I get on a plane and I see a black pilot, I got to think to myself, I hope this person is qualified. And he thinks that's clever because he's saying, well, DEI is forcing companies to hire black people to meet a quota, even though they might not be the most qualified person, because you got to hire them because they black. Stop. That's not what it's for. And he's arguing that the bill has all these extra incentives in it. Let me tell you something. I live in Georgia. It ain't going like that. Ain't nobody doing you no favors. Okay? Hiring manager, I don't care if he got to meet a quota. If you can't do the job, he's getting fired. You understand that? Ain't nobody hiring you if you can't do the job. We're not talking about Starbucks. We're talking about an airline, you jackass. Either you're qualified to fly a plane or you're not. You can't even be in the running to fly a plane unless you meet certain qualifications and benchmarks. Either you meet those benchmarks or you do not. But white people are racist. And I would rather have a white pilot. And if I'm the hiring manager and I would rather have a white pilot on my staff, when here comes Joel, he can fly a plane, but he ain't white. It's either between you or this guy. I'm going with this guy because he's white. There's no way you can win. I don't care if you flew in the army, Jack. But you know what? Your resume is really good. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have to go in a different direction, but keep looking, okay? You're gonna hit soon. Great things are coming your way, okay? Thank you. That's what you're gonna get hit with. DEI was made so they can't do you like that, bro. All right? You're gonna have to find one of these Negroes to hire, okay? You can't turn them all away. You need that. Or Esau he gonna skip every single one of you. And look at the job market now. Unemployment is through the roof. Black women got masters and doctors, can't get no job. Because guess what? Stereotypes are winning. Black woman is disagreeable. I don't want to work with you. She's not good for the workplace. Argumentative. I don't care about her qualifications. Black man, I'm uncomfortable. He's aggressive. White fragility is crazy. Masculine man with a beard in your office, man, who doesn't kowtow and bow to you, speaks with a deep voice, especially if he's in shape and fit. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm going this direction. They'll do it every time. And if you could make excuses for that, and if you have someone that's well-spoken that can make excuses for that, he's a hero. He's going to get a moment of silence at a football game, even though all he is a talking head. That's what you're dealing with, okay? Then they got to make it about, yeah, but does that mean he deserves to die? Don't even ask me that. Did George Floyd deserve to die? Oh, but he had fentanyl in his system. What are you talking about what he had in his system? Did he deserve to die? Y'all have, up until last week, y'all have been justifying why the man died. Why Trayvon died. Why police can punch you in the face at a traffic stop. If I'm black, my job is to be completely 100% compliant or die. It's my lived experience. Period. Or the joke's on me. You know who explains that all the way? A polemic like Charlie. He is a champion for the people. Okay. He's better than what's the dude from Fresh and Fit? He's better than him. He went over there to London and got smoked. They was killing him, the Oxford students. But again, is he debating anybody that's an adult that's trained in this? Never. Show me that. Show me his debates against African-American studies scholars on African-American history in the United States. Show me him debating anybody that's studied on the statistics of Black incarceration and the logistics behind that in the United States. One person. Show me him debating one person. Never. That's not the name of the game. The name of the game is to empower whites with the rhetoric to comfort them in the face of guilt. And that's what Donald Trump's whole regime has been about. Didn't he just tell you he went to the Smithsonian and he was displeased with their display on American history? And he said it was very bad, the slavery display. What do you think slavery was? Nice? A vacation? Huh? You think waking up 3 a.m. in the morning, picking 375 pounds of cotton with no shoes, you thought that was a vacation? Eating slop and chitlins? Might get raped today? Having my fingers cut off if I don't comply? Being castrated if the old lady of the house is attracted to me because I happen to be handsome in despite of all of my oppression? You thought that was fun? Getting whipped within an inch of my life? Being separated from my family? Living in constant fear? Well, you thought that was a retreat? A vacation retreat? But America's trying to escape that narrative. They do not want responsibility for that because then we can't take credit for being the greatest country in the world, which is what we want so that we can feel good. They're like little kids, sociopath. So now what do? In the age of information, these kids got the internet. It's faster than it's ever been. They come into high school, going to history class, asking their history teacher, yo, what's this? Y'all was doing this to us? Why you telling me we celebrating President's Day? This guy was a weirdo. Hey, this guy, Thomas Jefferson was a freak. And then your history teacher don't want to answer these questions. Donald Trump ain't trying to deal with that. These people worship him as a god. Do you hear how people discuss him and wish God's blessing upon him? Did you see how they were saying that white Jesus is taking Charlie Kirk up into heaven? Did you see that? These people, this is the white America that we are sharing the earth with. And y'all don't want to worship the Most High God and keep tabernacles and Sabbath and get on your knees and pray to Yahweh and keep the commandments. You think there's another way out of this reality. The reality is you woke up black and you're on earth with sociopaths. These people will kill you and eat you. Yeah, man. Israeli government is bananas crazy, bro. And then they'll say you committed a suicide and nobody will investigate it. And you're dead. And your family's crying, bro. And that's it. And the police tell you, please stop calling here. And your life has to go on in misery because you are an inconvenience. Because you're in the way, man. That's the reality. And the reason I can speak like this is because I really believe in Yahweh, bro. He's protecting me. And if he will not suffer a hair on my head to be touched And he will break these heathen into 60 million pieces or 6 million pieces, like they lie and say got touched in Auschwitz. See how I can talk like that? Playing man? I believe in Yahweh. And he's going to give me the vengeance. And it's going to be sweet in my eyes. That is the faith. This honor have all the saints. But y'all don't really believe, and y'all playing with this. While they have people that are trained to explain away every single truth of their history. They are born from the womb lying, man. Nothing is funny. Social media, all of it is designed to brainwash you out of the truth so that you can look at the world a certain way, so that they can control you, man, so that they can live and rule in comfort. So there won't be no insurrection. They have insurrections all over the world. It's people fighting wars, but you playing PlayStation over here. Living in a fantasy, buying sneakers. Gaza's gone. They blew up the Yemen embassy. It's done. Ukraine bombed. They bombing. What? My man in Burkina Faso had to do that on his own. Them people in South Africa had to get them whiteys out of here. That's uncomfortable movements. Black people, y'all hoping y'all football team win the Super Bowl. That's all you care about. You just watch Charlie Kirk get smoked, bruh. And Negroes is crying. Black people are crying. They're not crying because their feelings is hurt that he died. You crying because of a white dude who doesn't think you have the mental capacity? Do you really think that of yourself? Damn, I'm black. I was born black. I'm just inferior. And Charlie Kirk's right about me and my people. We're just prone to violence and we're less than, but at least I'm aware of it. So that makes me better than the average black person. And because I'm aware of it, I'm accepted by whites, which makes me special. Are you one of those Negroes? Here's one of those Negroes. Here's one of them. Look, shout out to Deacon. I didn't want to play this from God Logic's channel. I didn't want him to get the view. I'm playing it from Deacon's channel. This guy compared Charlie Kirk to Christ. What? How? You think Jesus Christ would have been supporting Israel bombing Gaza like that? Shooting babies? Raping people in internment camps? Them people is from Poland. They're not even really. It don't even matter when you're talking about these dudes, bro. I can't even believe it's people like this that really exist. But that's why when I go to camp at 5 Points, you never see these dudes play with us. They know if they come down to 5 Points and talk to us, it's a Rizzy for their whole career. That's why vocab, none of them never. And how long Sons of Thunder been out? 2018? They never tried us like that. They know not these dudes because they don't want to be friends with us. They not going to get mad. They just going to make us look like idiots. And we're not getting no clips to farm if we play with SOT like that. Look at this dude crying, man. What you crying for? I never seen him cry for Trayvon. I never seen him cry for George. I never seen him cry for our sister that got violated by that white sociopath. I never seen him cry for Tamir Rice. I never seen him cry for none of our black people that get unalived daily by these crooked police officers. I never seen him cry for our situation as black people, but he cried for Charlie. Charlie wouldn't spit on him if he was on fire. Charlie got 2 white daughters. If Charlie's daughters was adult age, he don't want his daughters married to you. He's crying because At the end of the day, God logic needs white people. I'm calling it, bro. Nah, he crying for real, yo. You probably can't hear the audio, but he's really like wheezing and sniffling. Like he can't go on. Look at him. Look at him. I still gotta do it, guys. I'm gonna go through with it, guys. Yo, my nigga, stop it, bro. Stop, bro. I never meant that dude, but he's my least favorite apologist because of how fraudulent his spirit is. Like I'm not a hater. He's talented when it comes to his polemics with debating Muslims. He's talented. I think it's easy to destroy his Trinitarian arguments. I think the Trinity is easy to defeat in general. It's the worst Christian doctrine of them all. It is thank the Most High God for revealing to me that there's no pre-incarnate Christ, because in my desire to destroy the Trinity, that was revealed to me. And in learning that, I even learned stronger positions against the Trinity. And what I find with that person there is that he's all about fanfare. And I'm not calling him a fraud. I believe he truly believes in what he teaches, but I know why he's doing that. He's doing that because he knows that his constituency is mostly white people and they think the things that Charlie thinks. And he's fine with that. You'll never see him argue with a white racist, ever. You will never see him at the forefront of saying, hold on, those are hurtful things to say about Black people, and that's not your lived experience. And your words are actually damaging to the psyche of Black children who have to grow up in this world. And it's irresponsible to discuss their lived experience like that. Okay? He would never say that. He'll just act like he didn't hear it. And they could just go on speaking about Black people like that. But if you were to get on the white man, he would intervene because he knows that his audience, they think that way. The white Christians, for the most part, are racist in this sense. They're against racism in all of its forms, except for racism against Blacks. What do I mean? When you're racist against Black people are asked to be thick-skinned and not take it personal. But when the racism comes from a Black person, they are called racist. I always felt like that was the ultimate psyop. When a white person is being racist to a Black person, they see the racist white person and then they turn to the Black person and go, be bigger than that, bro. Be bigger than that, bro. Ignore him, bro. Ignore him, bro. But when the Black person starts getting at the white man, he is then still the focus. You're being racist, bro. Wait a minute. How come you didn't turn to the white person and go, hey, be bigger than it? The white person is never addressed. Christianity is the ultimate religion in defending and protecting the interests of white people abroad. It is the perfect religion to protect the interest of white people. It's iconoclasm, and the way that it's taught, it makes being white safe. Christianity is very good at that historically. Okay, so that's why the Hebrew Israelite doctrine is a major heel or a thorn to them. Why do I say that? Because the Hebrew Israelite doctrine doesn't go to them. What do I mean by that? You don't see Catholic churches being approached by Israelites. You've never heard of a Catholic church being attacked or bombed by an Israelite. You've never heard of a Catholic church being attacked by Israel, ever. You've never heard of a Christian church being attacked by an Israelite, ever. Never. But Christians are still feeling attacked by Israelites because the Hebrew Israelite doctrine does not include them. And it is not safe for white Christians that Black people or Hispanics and Native Americans develop an ideology that does not prioritize them. Do you understand what I just said? White people do not feel safe when you discuss matters that do not prioritize them. That is why Umar Johnson's school is a major problem, because Umar Johnson's curriculum is not going to prioritize white America. That's why he has a major difficulty getting the school off the ground. If you look into his website and the things that he's going to teach, his curriculum has been described as racist, mainly because it prioritizes Black history, and there's nothing to do with white American history, even though the school is going to be in the United States. So they see that as problematic. It would be the same thing with our religion, okay? It's the same thing with our religion. Nothing in the Hebrew Israelite doctrine prioritizes white people. Actually, our religion teaches that they're Esau. So white people are offended by that because they know who Edom is in the Bible. And it is a priority for them to teach that the white man is not Esau. Isn't that what Black Christians, isn't that the first thing they want to talk about? First of all, the white man is not Esau. Isn't that the first thing they want to talk about? You ever talk to a Black Christian? See, y'all believe that the white man is Esau. Don't you be looking at them like, and so what's wrong with that? Black people believe you, white people believe you're him. How come you're not offended? How come you're not up in arms? You accept it. A Black pastor will teach you that you're him. I know one. His name is Man of God on Clubhouse. A Black pastor will teach you that you're him and just say that's the way it is. How come I can't teach that the white man is Esau? That's the way it is. Unacceptable. No. He will spend hours trying to talk you down from that. Do you know how important it is to white people for them to be the chosen people? So now what you have is what I talked about in that video that I played before class. You have Black people rejecting themselves now and trying to delineate from Black culture to prove a point to white people that I am special. And that's what God logic is. God logic is the final product of white supremacy. Crying over Charlie Kirk proves, because he gets thousands of views, it proves to his audience, look at me. I'm one of you. The way that you love Charlie Kirk, I love him too. Look at me crying. Forget the fact that Charlie Kirk thinks that Black women do not have the brain processing power to work in government. That's his feeling when he was alive. Nobody should be offended that I'm stating that fact. You could watch him say that because his Instagram is still up. And we can't fly planes, you know. That's not racist. It's just the facts. DEI makes him wonder, you know, when I see a Black pilot, I got to wonder, does he deserve that? His first thought isn't a Black pilot. His first thought is, because of DEI, when I see a Black pilot, I think, does he deserve that? See, but now if we remove DEI and I see a Black pilot, I go, well, he must have deserved it. How many Black pilots you see now that DEI has been removed? See, that's the point. And he knows that. That's why it's so important for us to be business creators. Instead of looking for work, we must create work. Nobody wants the responsibility. But our black elite take responsibility for the white man. Justin Jefferson said, I'm going to pay for Charlie's daughters' lives. Would you do that for one of us, Justin? As he rocks two $1 million diamond necklaces to play football in. Justin, would you do that for one of us? But you know what he did? He proved to all the white people in his life that he's one of them. That's the only option that black people have, I guess. I guess what we're learning, guys, is the only option that black people have is align yourself with whites. And that brings me to the next segment. Brothers and sisters. That brings me to the next segment. Things are about to get real spooky. The Coon Files. You thought it was just, listen. It's not just self-hate. They don't know what else to do. Watch this.
If I'm walking down the street and I see a black man with a white woman, there's a weakness in him. Ooh. Something in him is weak. On the other side, I think when I see a black woman with a white man, I think, oh, she must have got she's tired. Like she must have got so fed up that she's getting to rest now.
Okay.
How do that make sense? How? Look.
If I'm walking down the street and I see a black man with a white woman, there's a weakness in him. Ooh. Something in him is weak. On the other side, I think when I see a black woman with a white man, I think, oh, she must have got she's tired. Like she must have got so fed up that she's getting to rest now.
Okay, let's see.
Yo. So you're telling me, see, it's a status symbol when the black woman get with the white man. When the black man get a white woman, he's weak. That's also by design. I don't want to be with Esau. I'm good. But you still teaching a black woman that she achieved something by being with the white man. That leads to a sickness in the mind. Because now you got this.
When the white boyfriend effect hits your black girlfriend.
Bruh.
When the white boyfriend effect.
Yo, so the only time you wear your natural hair and you take your lashes off and you put on decent clothes is when you dating a white man? What message is that sending? Are you saying when you get with a black man, you gotta put on the weave and the lashes? And you gotta dress like a whore? Who taught you these things? Who taught you to hate yourself? And then when the Israelites in every city in the United States is trying to talk to you, you get mad at us. But you will behave for the white man? What are you teaching us? That he's your God? That he's the achievement in the world? Make that make sense to me. We don't like lashes neither. It's getting so bad that you got preachers saying this.
Gave us any grief. We had no issues whatsoever.
And in Israel, if you actually talk to the majority of Christians, talk to them, you'll see what they say. They say Israel is the only place where we're respected and protected.
And I can attest to that as a Christian who went to Israel. I spent 2 weeks there with the church, and we had an incredible time. We had only one incident where a small child spit on one of the pastors, and immediately.
How is that a small incident? How are you having an incredible time and one of the Jew boys spit on you? They always spitting on Christians. How is that I don't want to go. You didn't invite. I don't feel like I don't want to go. But you're using the black pastor to get me to go. The man just said that's the only place Christians feel safe. And here come the black man saying, we had a great time. Just they spit on us a little bit. What are you doing, Jake? Your mind is destroyed. And this comes from people like Charlie, got you hating your own self because you can't win in a debate with him. You think, I am nothing. I can't beat him. I got to join him, and accepting less, I probably should accept less. Now you sound like this.
Somebody said to me that if Jesus is black, heaven is a ghetto. Everywhere black people live is a damn ghetto. Why should I be yelling at the white man? Hell, wasn't for him, we'd all probably be dead from diseases and sickness. Or hell, we each other. Wasn't for the white man. The white man built America. You say the slave built America. Don't they cover that lie? I'll slap the taste out of your mouth. You ain't built nothing. Half the time what you did build as a slave, the white man had to whoop your ass with a whoop to get you to do that little bit of work that you didn't do. It to whoop your ass to get it done. Talking about we built them. You ain't built a damn thing. Don't own a damn thing. None of it. You had Harlem, you threw that away. No, thank God for the white man. Thank God. He's built America and some other safe places. Built airlines so you can ride around on. Built automobiles. Hell, y'all ain't got one nation in Africa have built a car. Talking that damn talk. The only thing y'all can do is play basketball, run up and down the court like a bunch of double jointed.
All right, so this particular segment here that Adewale was going into was very traumatic, and he had to reset himself. He had to refocus because that was a lot to deal with. That man saying what he said, the last man, the one before that. This is all our people thinking that the best situation for us is another nation. And the scripture said, we have watched for a nation to save us. And it has not come to fruition. It has not happened. It will not happen. So I'm gonna leave the the link is in the description, and I have another study to jump to. So we're gonna cut this one off, and man, shout out to that brother. He goes into some very good stuff going forward here. I stopped it at 123.23, and if you pick it up from there, he goes into some really good stuff there, going into those statistics and how they say that black people doing all the crime in America, or the majority of the crime in America, and they're not being honest about that. Instead, they're conflating, or they're inflating it based on the percentage of the population that exists. So that doesn't make any sense. But that's how they come to that. So he goes into that. Definitely worth a watch. I may pick it up later, but I'm gonna go ahead and exit out here and go on with our next endeavor, our next study for the day. Thank you all for your time. Shout out to Sons of Thunder, Israelites, Adawan Yahweh all. Many thanks. Praises to the Most High for the brothers and for the ability to do phenomenal teaching and make it easy. All right. Do this for a specific purpose. While we do it, it is my goodness, I can't find it. Here it is. It is Romans chapter 10 and verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Abba for Israel is that they might be saved. We want to see our people saved. We want to see our people set free. We want to see our people returned to the promises of the Most High. How are we going to do it? First of all, we're going to keep the faith and the belief in the Messiah, Hamashiach. Secondly, Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. It is so very important to understand that in the conclusion of the whole matter, we shall fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. At the end of the day, when it is all said and done, all the dust is settled and all the smoke is cleared, we will be judged on whether we have feared the Most High and kept his commandments. Why? For the whole duty of man. I am Akazaki Yahu, giving all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahweh Bashem Mashiach, Yahweh Shah, and to the 12 tribes of Israel, who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom wa Baruchim. That is peace and blessings. I cannot wait to the day when the Most High brings us back together, and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High Power, under one covenant, back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, with our enemies, our adversaries, and all those who hate us under our feet. Until that day come, Shabbat Shalom, family.